Let's dive right into this explainer and unpack a socio-political concept that's frequently misunderstood, yet it heavily shapes Indian society and, frankly, societies all around the globe. We're talking about regionalism. It's a term thrown around a lot in news and political debates, but today we're going to break down exactly what it means, where it comes from, and why it holds so much power over how people behave and organize.
Here's our roadmap for today. 1. What is a region? 2. The meaning of regionalism. 3. A double-edged sword. And 4. The roots of regionalism. Section 1. What is a region? So, what actually makes a region more than just, a place? Think about your own hometown or state for a second. Is it just a set of arbitrary GPS coordinates and lines drawn on a map? Or is there a specific, almost invisible fabric that binds that whole area together? Because a region really isn't just a dot on a map. By definition, it's a homogeneous area with physical and cultural characteristics completely distinct from those of neighboring areas. It requires a unique, overlapping blend of physical geography and shared human culture. It's where the land and the people kind of mirror each other in a way that is distinctly different from the folks living just a few miles down the road. How do we actually draw those invisible borders? Well, we separate these regions based on some massive overlapping factors. We're looking at language, caste, ethnicity, tribe, religion, the level of economic development, and even geographical and topographical features. When a bunch of these factors overlap, say a specific language spoken by a specific ethnicity in a really mountainous topography, boom, you get a powerfully defined region. Section 2. The meaning of regionalism. Now this is exactly where geography turns into psychology. Regionalism is the expression of a common sense of identity and purpose by people within a specific geographical region, united by their unique language, culture, and traditions. It happens when people deeply identify with the special socio-cultural or economic aspects of their area. It's not just living somewhere, right? It's taking immense active pride in belonging to that specific soil and sharing that unique identity with your neighbors. So why does this matter so deeply in the Indian context? Well, regionalism in India is fundamentally rooted in the nation's unimaginably vast diversity of languages, cultures, religions, and tribes. India isn't just one homogeneous block, it's this incredible tapestry woven from hundreds of distinct regional identities. Connecting this back to the country's diverse social fabric really helps us understand why regionalism is such a potent force in everyday life there. Section 3. A double-edged sword. Regionalism actually plays out in the real world through a pretty stark dichotomy. On one hand, you have positive regionalism. This enhances unity and fraternity. It happens when people love their region and come together to put forward valid grievances or advocate for their community's development. It's super empowering. But on the exact opposite end, you have negative regionalism. This is an antagonistic attitude towards other regions that actually threatens the unity and integrity of the entire country, which we see in extreme examples like demands for separate nations, such as the Khalistan movement. It's a vivid contrast, showing how regional love can foster unity, but can also weaponize into divisive separatism. Section 4. The roots of regionalism. So, why do people suddenly mobilize around their regional identity? There are 4 main catalysts we can look at. First, historical neglect from the government, which leaves people feeling completely unseen. Second, unbalanced regional development. When one state gets all the infrastructure and a neighbor gets absolutely nothing, resentment definitely builds. Third, a politically aware population realizing what they are missing out on. And fourth, vested political interests intentionally stoking regional divides just to secure votes. Regionalism is so often fueled by these deep, systemic feelings of neglect and uneven development. And that brings us to the most crucial takeaway from our source material today. Beyond all the maps, the economic imbalances, and the political maneuvering, regionalism is, at times, a psychic problem. Think about the intense psychological weight of geographic identity for a moment. Are the greatest borders we face the ones drawn on our maps, or the ones drawn in our minds?